Hi everyone, welcome back to Satin Moments channel. I'm Jolima. In this video I want to talk about my favorite rose oud fragrances. Now this is the most common combination in perfumery. You have hundreds and hundreds of rose oud fragrances out there, so I just have 10 here with one honorable mention because it's discontinued. And so if I will not feature some of your favorite rosewood fragrances, it's because I don't have them in my collection. Is because I'm not maybe familiarized with that fragrance specifically, because again, like I already said, there are a lot of rosewood combinations out there, but these 10 that I have here are some of the best in my opinion. Now, I have here 3 designers and the rest are niche, and I'll be ranking these 10 fragrances. Coming in the number 10 spot from the house of Bvlgari is Au Thé Noir, this one right here. Now this is number 10 just because oud, it's not the most prominent note. This, although it smells amazing, this is more about black tea, smoke, smoky nuances, and rose. You have a hint of this resinous, slightly resinous woodsy undertone, but it's definitely more about the smoked black tea with jammy rose, a bit fruity with, I detect, at least for me, I smell a bit of raspberry with a hint, a very small hint of this resinous woodsy undertone. That's why this is just in the number 10 spot. Nonetheless, this is a fantastic scent, which I already talked about a lot. This is one of my favorite purchases of last year, which I also already talked about, at least in the designer side. I have yet to upload my favorite niche purchases of and discoveries of 2021. But this one is amazing. Beautiful bottle presentation. This is a 150 ml. Great performance, although this is an eau de cologne concentration, but the performance is incredible. You will definitely get noticed with this one. It's very sensual, it's very mysterious, it's incredibly sexy. This is the number 10 spot, is Bvlgari Au Thé Noir. Coming in the number 9 spot, it's from the house of Dolce Gabbana, and it is The One Mysterious Night. This one right here. The One Mysterious Night. This is all about saffron, jammy rose, with amber, with vanilla, with that The One DNA, with a hint of oud, which is mildly noticeable. That's why this is in number 9. Nonetheless, for a designer, this is incredible. Heavy dose of saffron in the opening, jammy rose, very ambery, hint of oud. I mean, it's incredible. It's basically the one eau de parfum with saffron, rose, and a hint of oud. Amazing. This is my favorite, the one flanker. I love this bottle presentation. I love the Arabic lettering in front. Gives a very mysterious and even sensual touch. I love the color combination and the scent. It's so addicting. High quality fragrance for a designer, in my opinion. Hard to find, still available maybe online discounters or in other platforms like Facebook. And I think you need to grab this one. It's really fantastic, especially if you are starting to dive into rose oud fragrances. This is a great starter. Number 9 spot is Dolce Gabbana, The One Mysterious Night. Coming in the number 8 spot, this is a very affordable fragrance from the house of S.T.Dupont, and it's simply oud and rose. This one right here. I really like the bottle presentation, although it's a bit of a fingerprint magnet. but I really do like this bottle presentation. Very sleek, very elegant. This is really rose and oud, but has more layers. It starts off a bit challenging, a bit harsh. I'm not a big fan of the opening, like in the first minute or two, because of the lemon. It's very lemony and rose, kind of like, imagine Amouage Lyric Man, but a bit more cheap smelling, a bit more harsh, a bit more piercing. When the lemon starts to fade away, it's when the magic starts. It's when you have this full red velvety rose. It has this velvet feel with a very medicinal oud. Now, of course, it's not real oud in here, but it has that medicinal dark woodsy effect. It's incredible. It's mind-blowing for the price, because I purchased this one at Notino, which is available still here in Portugal, and I purchased this for what, 30 euros, 40, I think it was 35 euros. So very affordable, 100 ml bottle size. This is a Eau de Parfum concentration, very long lasting. The rose here actually is done really well. It smells realistic, I will say. Not the most natural smelling, because again, the opening is very harsh and piercing. But as it starts to dry down, the rose here becomes very alive, very vibrant, velvety, very full. It's a very full, spicy rose with medicinal oud, which is more like a medicinal woods in general. But I think it's a very solid fragrance, and that's why it's higher than the Bvlgari and Dolce Gabbana, because it's more true to its name. It has rose, it has oud, it's that westernized oud, medicinal oud, with spices. It's a bit ambery as well. It has a sweet ambery effect, but it's not, I mean, it's not very sweet though, but it has warmth because of the amber. So I think this is a stunning scent for the price. It's again a fantastic beginner's oud rose scent. From the house of S.T.Dupont, it's Oud and Rose. Coming in the number 7 spot, this might be a surprise for some of you. This is from the house of Maison Francis Kurkdjian, Oud Satin Oud. A very, very well-known scent, very cherished fragrance. Considered to be the best fragrance from the Oud line of Maison Francis Kurkdjian. I would say it's the most appealing, because I also really like the Oud. I also like Oud Silk Mood, and then they have the extrait versions, which I don't remember how they smell like. I'm guessing that they smell more rich, more intense, and that's why they are very much more expensive. And I don't know if they are worth all that price tag, but from what I remember, the Oud, the simply Oud version, is great. The Oud Silk Mood is also great. This one, it's the most appealing for me. Now, this is just a number 7 because the Oud here is barely noticeable. This is definitely much more about jammy rose, vanilla, and benzoin, with a hint, a very small light hint of oud, than rose oud per se. Still, this is a stunning scent. This is very intoxicating. This is intense, powerful, rich. It's not complex, but it's very intense. This is intense, it's rich, it's warm, it's very sexy. It's unisex, although might lean a bit more feminine because of the very sweet nuances in here. Of course, the sweet rose, and you have the sweet vanilla, then you have the benzoin, which comes across as vanilla as well, like an ambery vanilla note. So, and then you have a hint of a dark woodsy undertone. This is a fantastic scent. The materials in here comes across as high quality. Now the blend itself, it might be a bit more designer because it's not challenging, because the rose here, it's not that it's the most realistic rose. It's not that you are at a rose field and just smelling roses. No, this is that sweet, very sweet jammy rose, very sweet vanilla, and this is a very common blend in the designer world. So this can come across a bit more designer-ish because of that, but still I think this is a high quality fragrance. It's the blend here, I will not say the blend, but at least the ingredients come across more high-end than your regular designer. Definitely this is not scratchy, this is not piercing, at least not for me, but again, I have a sweet tooth, so this is very smooth. The sweetness is very smooth in here. Again, very, very sexy. I really do like this one, and it's another fragrance that if you're starting just now to discovering oud and rose fragrances, I think this is a great starter. Oud Satin Mood from Maison Francis Kurkdjian in number 7 spot. Coming in the number 6 spot, it's from the house of Guerlain from the Les Absolus d'Orient collection, and it is Santal Royal. I think this is the first fragrance of this line. I think this is the one who started this lineup of Les Absolus d'Orient. Now, Santal Royal, royal sandalwood, but the sandalwood in here, it's barely noticeable. This is definitely much more about spices, rose, and oud. Oh man, this is fantastic. This is not just this is not on my top 5 because just because this could easily be on my top 5. Now this, I absolutely love this. This has this jammy but very dirty rose. It's quite unique in that regard, because usually jammy rose notes or chords are sweet, full here, and don't have dirtiness. Here it's like a sappy, dirty, soily, jammy rose. Very spicy, woods. It's done to perfection. This for me, it's perfect for rainy days, cold rainy days. Man, it's so damn addicting. I really love this one. This for me is very unique. Again, it's not that it's the most natural smelling scent. It's not, but I get an image when I smell this, and that it's also quite very important. I feel vibrations. I have an image when I smell this. It's this dark, soily, sweet rose in a cold, rainy day. Oh man, this is amazing. It's one of the best from Guerlain, especially from this line. It's Santal Royal, and the performance is, you will fill a room with this one. And people will smell you. This is quite appealing, actually, at least on my skin. My friends, colleagues, when I wear this, actually I get good feedback, but I don't wear this all the time because, well, you need to be in the mood to wear this type of scent. Nonetheless, I absolutely love this. It's Santal Royal from Guerlain from the Les Absolus d'Orient collection. And now we are diving in the top 5. Coming in the number 5 spot, it's from the house of Xerjoff, and it is More Than Words. More Than Words with this beautiful bottle presentation. This is from the Join the Club collection. Now I had a blank here. This is from the Join the Club collection, and this is actually my favorite. Oh, well, it's side by side with 40 knots, and then you have More Than Words, and this is a 100 ml bottle size. More Than Words is amazing. Now, I could have featured Alexandria too, which is also technically rose oud, but I don't get much rose. For me, Alexandria too, it's more about oud, cardamom, lavender, and then you have the rose and the wood. It's quite prominent, even more than the rose, but for me it's more of a spicy, slightly fresh, woodsy fragrance, quite ambery as well. It's a stunning scent, one of the best from Xerjoff in my opinion. But this one, it's more true to the nature of rose oud. This here, jammy rose again, but you have dried fruits, you have amber, you have benzoin, and of course oud. This is amazing. You have also a slightly touch of this butteriness, slightly salty butteriness, if that makes sense, like an ambergris impression. But maybe it's just an impression because you don't have like official notes for the fragrances of the Join the Club collection. But this is definitely much more about dried fruits, jammy rose, oud, and spices. Amazing, amazing scent. This smells like winter. This is warm, this is cozy, this is sensual, this is addicting, unisex. It's amazing. I really love this fragrance. It's very smooth again, nothing is scratchy, doesn't smell cheap, at least not for me. It smells very luxurious, like a luxurious sweet oud with dried fruits and amber. I mean, it's amazing. For me, this goes in the territory of Louis Vuitton, the most well-known, the oud one, which now I'm not, Ombre Nomade. It's Ombre Nomade, which I find some similarities to that fragrance from Louis Vuitton and Xerjoff, more than words. Louis Vuitton Ombre Nomade, it's more dark, more dry, not as sweet, but still it shares some similarities with this one. This is more sweet. This for me, it's more full, it has more body, has more character. It's not smoky, doesn't have like incense, or it's not as dry, not at all, when compared with Ombre Nomade. But slightly prefer this one, especially for the price. I think the price is outrageous. Shout outs to Rich Mitch. I think the price is really outrageous of Louis Vuitton Ombre Nomade, and this one from Xerjoff, it's much more affordable, especially because this is from the Join the Club collection. And if you want a 50 ml, I think the price is 170 euros. This is a bit more expensive, it goes in the 200s, but still it's more affordable than Ombre Nomade. More than words, amazing, long lasting, number 5 spot. Coming in the number 4 spot is from the house of Tiziana Terenzi, and it is Gold Rose Oud. This one right here. I really like the bottle presentation. This is an extrait de parfum, and this is an incredible rose oud scent from Tiziana Terenzi. Quite unique in my opinion, because usually Tiziana Terenzi fragrances, they share similarities with other fragrances. Now, I'm not saying that this is a clone, not at all a clone brand. It's not. They have their own character, they have their own blend. But this one specifically, like, it's not that, I don't remember another scent that might resemble to this one. Gold Rose Oud, high quality scent. It's not cheap. It's another scent that it's a true rose oud niche fragrance. The rose here, it's more prominent. So this is spicy, it's very velvety and very soily and earthy, but it's not as dirty, not as soily as Santal Royal. This one, the rose here, feels more alive, feels more velvety, but it's like a dark red rose in the dirt. Because this has patchouli. This is like rose, patchouli, and oud combination with a hint of spices. And the patchouli here actually it's quite prominent, with giving the earthy qualities. And then you have the oud, which is a bit medicinal. I really do like this fragrance. I love the rose in here. Feels quite realistic. It's very full, and it's It's not cheap, it's not scratchy, it's just done well. It's a great scent, extrait de parfum, so very long lasting, and it's in the more affordable lineup of fragrances of Tiziana, Terenzi, Gold Rose, Oud. Number 4 spot because, well, I think that my top 3 are really the crème de la crème of Rose Oud fragrances, or at least it's in that league. Not saying that my top 3 is the best of them all, because I didn't try them all, but it's really on the top. But nonetheless, I think this is really great. It's from Tiziana, Terenzi, it's Gold Rose Oud. Now coming in number 3 spot, it's from House of PENHALIGON'S, and it is the Uncompromising Sohan. Beautiful bottle presentation right here. Now I already talked about this fragrance. I absolutely love this. This is one of my favorite rose oud combinations. Heavy dose of saffron right in the opening, jammy rose and animalic oud. But it's not that animalic. It's a slightly funky animalic oud. It's not that challenging. Actually, this for me, it's quite appealing. This for me, it's very sexy. It's perfect for date nights. This is masculine. And it's addicting. It's amazing. It's the jammy rose here. It's not that sweet, as for example, Oud Mood or Santal Royale. No, it's not that sweet. It has sweetness, but also has a nice balance of sweetness and dirtiness and spiciness. It's just incredible. I really love this one. It's a scent that I really advise you to check out from PENHALIGON'S. Very well done rose oud is the Uncompromising Sohan. Now coming in the number 2 spot, it's from the house of Diptyque Oud Palao. Oud Palao is just incredible. First of all, I love Diptyque bottles. This is an Eau de Parfum, and this is very funky. Ooh, this is animalic. This is not for everyone. This is not as appealing as the Uncompromising Sohan, and it's because of that it's numbered in the 2nd spot and not the 3rd spot. This goes in the same vein of Oud Ispahan from Christian Dior, but nowadays this is superior, far superior, with the animalic funky nuances with the tobacco. This has this wet tobacco leaves with rose. It's incredible. This develops like in this funky medicinal rose oud and dries down into rose and wet tobacco leaves. It's amazing. It's a fantastic scent right here. And this is definitely not for the faint of heart. Not saying that this doesn't have like the beastliest, if that's a word, of the performance. No, this is strong. Yes, this is strong. This is intense, but it's not as strong as, for example, More Than Words, or even Santal Royale. But you don't need that strong of performance because this is quite challenging already and still performs. After all, this is an Eau de Parfum. And in terms of Oud Rose, I think this is already a reference. And especially if you like more daring fragrances, I think this is definitely a must try, to say the least. Number 2 spot, high quality scent from the house of Diptyque is Oud Palao. Now, before talking about my number 1, I want to feature this fragrance as my very special honorable mention, which is from the house of Guerlain. And this is so unfortunate that it's discontinued. It's a treasure in my collection, is this one. This is Rose NACRÉE de DÉSERT. This one right here. I mean, beautiful, simply beautiful bottle presentation. Rose NACRÉE de DÉSERT. I mean, if this would still be available, this would be my number 2 or maybe number 1. It's just mind-blowing. If this, I don't know why they discontinued this one. Maybe because of materials. They did not have access to the same quality materials, because the rose here, it's one of the best that I ever smelled. It's truly amazing. The oud here, it's fantastic. It's a great combination of rose, spices and oud, and it's very dry. There's no sweet edges in here. This is dry, this is dark, spicy, woodsy. It's amazing. This is from the same line of the original Ensemble Mythique and Songe de Bois d'été, which now is Bois Mystérieux from the Les Absolus. I don't recall the name of this line actually. I mean, that bottle is beautiful. I don't recall the name of this line, but this line had this one, Rose Nacrée du Désert, Ensemble Mythique, and Songe de Bois d'été. Then they moved the 2 fragrances, Ensemble Mythique and Songe de Bois d'été, to Les Absolus d'Orient. Ensemble Mythique stick to the name, it's still Ensemble Mythique, which is a masterpiece, and Bois Mystérieux, which is Songe de Bois d'été, but they rebranded it, which is also amazing, masterpiece material also. They discontinued this one, unfortunately. It is what it is, but this is one of the best that I ever smelled. It's Rose Nacrée du Désert, special honorable mention. And number 1 trumps from the house of Ramon Monegal. It is Alhambra Oud. I mean, simply beautiful bottle presentation. This is from the Don't Touch My Oud collection. Now, you might know, if you're following this channel for a while, if you already saw my favorite oud fragrances, you know that I absolutely love Soul of Oud from the same line of Ramon Monegal. Alhambra Oud is Rose and Oud, of course. Wow. Wow. Hands down the best. Hands down the best. Rose Oud scent. One of the best, but definitely the best in my collection, one of the best in the market. The rose here, if you are not familiarized with flamenco, it's the same type of rose that it's used in flamenco, which I already did a review of from the same brand. The rose in flamenco is this jammy, bit fruity with raspberry, bit metallic, and it has this very vivid, vibrant red rose. Which is not piercing, it's just so smooth. It's so smooth with the most natural oud smell. Very resinous, very sticky oud, very dark oud. Ooh. Bit incense, a very mildly touch of an incense feel that I get here, although I think incense is not like an official note, but I detect like a faint smokiness. Oh man, this fragrance is a high quality scent. If you want a true natural smelling oud rose fragrance, Alhambra Oud is for you. Now, the rose, it's sweet. It's like flamenco, like I already told you. And if you're not familiar with flamenco, flamenco is very sweet. This is not as sweet as flamenco, but flamenco is like so sensual. This has that sensuality, not as sweet though. And then this oud, it's simply to die for. Now, this will be my scent of the day. There you go. Amazing. Wow, this is an experience that you need to have. Get a sample. This is not readily available, I know. but and this is pricey, but it's worth it. It's absolutely worth it. It's Alhambra Oud from Ramon Monegal, #1 spot. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Tell me in the comments down below, what are your favorite rose oud fragrances? I would like to know what fragrances even you would suggest to me to try in this genre. Tell me everything in the comments down below, guys, and see you in the next video. Take care. Ciao.